I'm Sophia, and what brought me to our patch is, honestly, I had been interested in chiropractic care for a while, but hadn't really made the dive into it. I had never seen a chiropractor before, so I didn't really know what to expect, but I knew that they were really good at helping with issues like neck pain, back pain, and then found out that there was so much more as well. I was scrolling Instagram one day and saw that there was a new office opening up in Greenville. I was intrigued. There was a new patient special, so I messaged what turned out to be Dr. Ashley and just talked about kind of what being a new patient would look like, what's involved in chiropractic care. That was definitely something I wanted to be proactive about, and just also really appreciating a holistic view of care. The medical system is great and there is a wonderful place for that, but I think holistic care is really also a great place to be in. There are a lot of nurses that have neck and back issues just with as much twisting and pulling and bending that we do in our jobs. I just felt like my nervous system health and my spinal health could use some work. One of the things that I found that was the most interesting was when we did the heart rate variability scans. I'm a very anxious person, and I knew that my nervous system could use some work, but it was really eye-opening to be able to see that in a picture. Working with anxiety is definitely a holistic you have to approach it from multiple different avenues, and then just talking about how chiropractic care can also help your nervous system. It was fun to see the progression of it slowly coming from the red down into the green. I like both Dr. Ashley and Dr. Ian. They're both wonderful people, both thorough, both very caring. The thing that intrigued me was I had heard from a lot of people that NUCCA had really helped specifically with neck pain. It does focus a good bit on upper cervical from my understanding. And so I thought that it would be interesting to give it a try and see if it kind of progressed my healing a little bit faster. I still saw good results with Dr. Ashley, but I just was looking for something that could kind of get me over the edge. The different assessments that were done, I don't know what the tool is called that you use to assess alignment, but I could definitely tell that that kind of gave you a little bit deeper insight into maybe the way that my spinal structure and/or muscles are kind of pulling my spinal structure into a different alignment. We also did a few more x-rays just to get a more focused look at my upper cervical alignment. After my first adjustment, it got a little bit worse actually that afternoon, and then after that afternoon, I noticed things getting significantly better. And after 2, 3, 4 adjustments, I had days that I was going without pain in my neck, even working 12-hour shifts at night. Car rides were a big trigger for me as well, being in the car and kind of having to hold my neck in a certain position, and I've noticed that that has been completely a non-issue. But I would definitely say that NUCCA has played a piece in sort of helping with my nervous system, helping me be able to get out of more of a flight or fight response, and just allowing me to use techniques that I have learned with a therapist or my own research and reading to allow myself to practice those when you're able to get more quickly out of a flight or fight response. With chiropractic care, it gives your body and mind the avenue to be able to use other parts of health like sunshine and food and sleep. It allows all of those things that you incorporate into your daily life to better function. I think if I had to describe the care here in one word, it would be thorough. I was debating between welcoming and thorough. I'm trying to decide which one I want to go with. There's a lot of attention to detail in this practice. I felt like transitioning from Dr. Ashley to Dr. Ian, there wasn't a beat that was missed. It was clear that they had kind of talked about my plan of care. Both were excited and willing to help me however that may come about. Taylor, the receptionist, is very thorough in making sure that appointments are scheduled on time. And if I had to choose a second word, which I know is not a question, I would choose welcoming. I always feel very welcome here, listened to, and that just everything runs very smoothly.